Ever seen a bully so sure of himself that he can't imagine life any other way? Right until the day he finds out he picked the wrong target? That's how it started for me at Lincoln High. And I swear, if someone had told me I'd end up taking down the school's biggest jerk before Christmas break, I'd have thought they were crazy. But that's how life works, right? One minute you're the new kid trying to disappear, the next minute you're the headline nobody can stop talking about. Let me back up a sec. First day, new town, small Ohio school, early morning fog clinging to the parking lot. My mom, Sarah, she just started at the hospital here, so this was move number 4 in 3 years, and honestly, I was just tired of being the new girl, tired of starting over, tired of always keeping my head down. Nobody here knew what I could do, which was the whole point. Mom begged me to keep my MMA past a secret, she said. Let's just be normal this time, Emily, and I promised. Even if that promise felt a little like swallowing glass. I went through the day doing my best wallpaper impression. But trouble? It finds you, whether you're looking for it or not. That's just how high school works. You know what I mean? Lunchtime, I'm minding my business when Brad Thompson, the type who acts like he's already won the Super Bowl, slides up with his sidekicks. He sizes me up, all muscle and ego, and says, I run things here. They wanted $5 a day, protection money, like I was living in some bad mob movie. I tried to play it cool, told them I'd think about it, which was just code for no way in hell. But by the next morning, it was clear Brad wasn't used to hearing no. Suddenly, I was getting accidentally shoved in the hallway. My notebooks kicked across the floor. My lunch ended up in my lap in front of the whole cafeteria, soup and all. You ever have one of those moments where the world just slows down and you realize you're at a crossroads? That was mine. I could have folded, could have run to the office, but all I could hear in my head was my old Detroit coach's voice. Nobody respects a secret. You show strength, or you teach them your prey. So I made a choice. After school, I waited for Brad by the gym, no witnesses, just the two of us, and told him, one-on-one. You win. I'll pay double. I win. You leave me alone for good. He thought it was hilarious. I let him think that. He lunged, big as a freight train, but I danced with bigger and meaner back in Detroit. I slipped his punch, caught him in the gut with a left hook, years of practice pouring out in one smooth, perfect moment, and just like that, the king of Lincoln High was gasping on the ground. First rule, I told him, never underestimate the quiet ones. He looked at me like I'd just spoken another language. I told him exactly who I was, a Michigan State junior champ who could have really hurt him if I wanted, but all I wanted was peace. Then I gave him a choice. Keep your word, or next time, everyone's watching. The next day, he found me in the hallway and apologized in front of the whole school. People were in shock. Brad Thompson apologizing? That was bigger news than prom. But here's the twist I didn't see coming. He kept his word, and even started looking out for the younger kids. Go figure. Maybe it was guilt, or maybe it was realizing what real strength looked like. Then, a week later, some girls came to me about creeps from West Side High who'd been harassing them at the bus stop. Teachers couldn't help, too far off school grounds, too much red tape. I said, meet me there. 5 big dudes, all swagger and no sense, showed up and started their routine. I dropped 2 in under 10 seconds, nothing flashy, just enough to make it clear. Pick on someone else and next time, you're going home in a stretcher. Word spread fast. By the next morning, I wasn't just that girl from Detroit. I was the one who made the bullies back down. Soon, I had a line of kids, mostly girls but a few boys too, asking if I'd teach them how to stand up for themselves. We started meeting after school. Some called it Fight Club, but it was really just self-defense, confidence, showing people you didn't have to be scared. The principal, Mr. Anderson, noticed. He asked me why I'd kept my skills hidden, and I told him the truth. I just wanted to fit in. Hiding isn't living, he said. He was right. Everything was good, until Travis Miller, the same West Side guy who'd threatened my friends, got arrested for assault. His rich dad hired lawyers who tried to drag me into it, said I provoked him, said I was dangerous. The whole town split in two, some calling me a hero, others acting like I was some kind of vigilante. It got ugly. Reporters camped outside, people whispering at the grocery store. My mom was ready to move again, but this time, I stood my ground. The truth's on our side. I told her. At the trial, my friends backed me up. I told the judge how I'd always use just enough force, never more. When Travis's lawyer said I could have run, I looked him in the eye and said, "How long do you expect people to run from someone like that?" The jury got it. Not guilty. I hugged my mom, and for the first time since we moved, I really felt like I belonged. After that, things changed at Lincoln. The self-defense classes got bigger, and the school added them to the gym program. Parents, teachers, even a few local cops started coming by, wanting to know how to handle themselves. I told them what my coach told me. Strength is about confidence, about standing up for what's right, about protecting the people who can't always protect themselves. Kids wrote me letters, thanked me for helping them find their own courage. One girl from Texas said she'd started karate because of me. That stuff meant more than any trophy. The year ended with me on stage, valedictorian, student council president, telling a packed auditorium, "Be yourself. Stand up for what's right. If you see someone getting hurt, do something." Brad Thompson, the former bully, came up after graduation and thanked me for not breaking his nose, for giving him another chance. I think maybe we both grew up a little that year. After high school, I went to college, studied psychology, ran the martial arts team, taught self-defense to anyone who'd show up. Eventually, I opened my own center for kids who needed it most, kids like I used to be, the ones afraid to speak up, afraid to fight back. I told every single one, "You're not alone, and you were born for something great. Never let anyone tell you different." Years later, whenever I go back to Lincoln High, there's this photo in the gym, me, scrawny and determined, a little awkward, but standing tall. Underneath, the plaque reads, "She taught us that true strength lies in the willingness to protect others." That's all I ever wanted. That, and to show people that you don't have to hide who you are to make a difference. So, let me ask you, when it comes down to it, do you stand back or do you step in? You ever see someone getting pushed around and wish you'd done more? Drop your story below. Let's talk about what real courage looks like. Maybe you'll help someone find theirs, too.